Hey guys, welcome to Joe's RC Corner, and I'm still feeling kind of rough right now because most of you guys know already. I did get COVID right before I was supposed to head out to Oshkosh, and I wanted to be fair to everybody that I was going to be staying with the Viking family, and I decided not to go. Even though I'm starting to feel better now, I could probably get in the car and drive there and get there before the whole thing is over and still get to meet some of you guys. But it just wouldn't be fair to the people that I'm going to be staying with to expose them to how I feel. So, with that being said, since I am starting to feel a little bit better, I'm still taking that time that I had off, and I'm going to continue working on the Cricut. So today, what we started on and what we've already got done, I'm going to go ahead and show you. Just stay tuned, guys. After the intro, I'll turn the camera around and show you what we got done so far. Okay, guys, so yeah, like I said, we started doing a little bit of work here up in the front. So I went ahead, pulled the cowl off, put it over there, pulled the prop, because I was having a slight issue with the starter not always engaging. Basically, the starter would spin and then just go not engage the gearbox or the flywheel and not try to start. So. But then the second time you would just go ahead and start. So Jan, if you have seen that issue before, little guidance would be great. I was going to talk to you about it when at Oshkosh, but plans changed, of course. So let me know what you think that could be. The other thing we went ahead and started working on is installing my nose strut linkage. And I know I do still need to tension this a little bit more, pre-tension this a little bit more to get this to where it's sitting in this groove a little bit better. Right now it still compresses a little bit, which was great because that'll give me a little bit more nose height, so that'll be fine. But what I did is, I know some people have had issues with this scenario here. Mine seems to slide pretty well, and what I did is I have these rubber boots. And I had drilled the holes out a little bit bigger in the slide-in piece of metal, and then installed these the boot right in here on both sides, and that allows full travel still of the nose wheel. And I do need to finish all of this up still. It's not done. I need to get the rudder cables connected and everything, and then I know how far I'm going, and then I can set my stops for the nose gear. But that should work pretty well. If it doesn't, I may turn them around in the other direction and have the rubber boot go into the inside, but I kind of like it on the outside here, and did the same thing on the other side here. Okay, so now we'll move around over to the other side. And look around inside here. So what I'm working on right now, guys, is my brake lines. Well, my park and brake for that matter, actually. So I have my, cut this down a little bit shorter. My park and brake is going to be right here, right under my avionics switch. So I just pull it right there. And that should pull this once there's fluid in there, of course. And just to make sure I'm not interfering with my rudder cables, I went ahead and ran my rudder, some paracord here, and that's going down through, and then it's just looped right here and then back. I don't have any of my cables back that way yet. Still got to work on that part, but we're figuring that out. While I'm here, though, I'm trying to determine how I'm going to mount this cable. I don't want to have it too tight of a turn, but I also don't want too loose to where I got to have tons of mounting points back here. So I do need to have a mounting point somewhere right here, and that'll help pull that cable this way. So I need to get a mounting point right here, and we'll figure out how that's going to fit. I don't know yet. Anybody else did the park and brake and with a cable somewhere about right here? Let me know what you guys think, and love to hear your thoughts. All right, so the other thing I'm going to go ahead and do, and that I started doing here. The other thing I also started doing, guys, is start pulling everything out of the tops of the wings here. So I got to start figuring out how I'm going to run some of these cables, and I don't think I'm going to put them through here. So I got to decide. I might drill a hole in the rear spar just for this to go through and for the wire to go through. That way I can then feed the wires in through over here instead. But I got to think about that before I start drilling new holes. I don't want to drill too many holes in that rear spar because after all, that is part of the wing structure. So got to think about that. But that's where we are. I'm going to continue working on that park and brake. And once that's done, I might be able to start bleeding the brakes and get some brake fluid in them. That way I can do a little bit more run-ups, maybe do a full throttle run-up with the brakes on and wheel chocks and all that fun jazz. Then I can say that the wheels are done. But yeah, so that's all coming out really good. I do need to pull my my GRT panel out. There is an upgrade I need to do. I might pull it out and bring it home to do because I have the parts there. And then reinstall that when I come back out. So that's where we are. I'm going to go ahead and start looking at getting this part in here and getting that brake in place and see where we go. All right, guys, thanks. All right, guys, so let's finish up today's video. I'm going to show you what we got done. All right, guys, so what we got done today, we're going to crawl up underneath here. First of all, we did get everything cleaned up in here, so we're all straightened up, ready to work again, so I'm happy about that. We did take all the cowl off. We will be taking the windscreen and the sunroof off soon, because I need to get back inside behind here and redo some of the stuff. So after talking to Dave, I went ahead and we did order a new grip here. Right now this one just has the push to talk. I went ahead and ordered one that has the trim for your elevator as well as a push to talk for the left side only. And the reason for that is I'm going to be the one flying the plane most of the time. And like he said, he told me that you use the trim quite often, so having it up here might be a little bit of a hassle. So just for convenience sake, went ahead and added my trim here. So that's going to be coming in. As soon as that comes in, we'll be able to start wiring up like push to talk wires, getting those down maybe to a small terminal block down here or to a plug, and then feed the wires up into here. And then I can start working on that radio. So that's where this canopy, the windscreen and the sunroof is going to have to come off for that. I do still have my trim cable here. And I'm thinking the trim indicator, I might actually cut a spot right here and or maybe over here and have my trim indicator on there. So that way I can see where my trim is at on the elevator as well. So that's kind of the plan for that. So that'll work out pretty good. Now I did get my park and brake set up, but I'm not happy with the setup, so we're going to redo this. This is the location where it's going to be. It works, but I don't know if this is how it's really tight, number one. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this to see. I could have this too tight. Could have something going on here, but maybe this turn is too much. So I have another one on order, and we're going to go ahead and get that set up properly. I do have to finish up some of the switches, get some of the lights, the wiring done on that. Still got this bundle hanging out over here as well, but we're getting close to that, getting that done. And then the final wiring that I think I'm going to be working on today, guys, is I'm going to be working on this on the pilot side wing. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my wiring for my light, get the plug on there, finish getting the wingtip mounted, and that way it's ready to go. And one last thing before I close out the video, I did a test of this ABS plastic that I have here. I have a whole sheet of it sitting up there. And what I'm doing is I just did a test to see how well I can get this to fit around the curves. This is going to be a little bit more of a compound curve right here, but I think we can make that work as well. So we're going to make a strip probably about this big first, and then I can trim it down to what I need. And then once this wingtip is done, or this wing section here is completed, I'm going to make a form of this to fit over here that I can double side or rivet in place. Probably double side tape would be the best, but might also just go ahead and rivet down this piece as well. Not sure yet. We'll see how that works, but that's going to work nice to cover up the ugliness of this top corner, and I think that'll work really good. We'll be able to paint that to match as well. Not sure if I'm going to be able to use something like that for here, because I would like to cover up this area as well, but we'll worry about that at a later date. Priorities right now is let's get these all wired up. I also need to put the plug in for this as well. These lights also need to have their plugs put on, and that's on both sides. I need to get that one done also here. We'll wire up the plug on this as well. And then that's all set, ready to go. That way both wingtips will be the same and ready at that point. I can either rivet those on, call them done, or leave it open for right now and paint them separately. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out in a little bit. So, but other than that, that's where we are. Once that's done, next week, the next video, we'll start working on finishing up the wiring for getting that all situated. So that's where we are, guys. I'm going to go ahead and close out this video. All right, guys, so that's it for this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and all the Viking family and Zenith family that I said I was going to be out at Oshkosh for, I apologize for not being there. COVID kind of hit me really hard, but you know, still have time, so I'm going to take it and work on the airplane and get some more work done. So that way I can try to get the Cricket out to maybe Sun and Fun and also Oshkosh next year. So there we are, guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye now.